No, I think that the development of leadership skills for marketers is critical. As we grow through our careers, there's two things that get better: our technical skills and our leadership skills. By the time we get to marketing leader roles, marketing director type roles, the leadership skills are the demarcation. That's how you cut free of the pack and get progressively senior roles. Why? Because that's the thing that makes the difference ultimately. And my advice to people would be to be bold in acquiring those leadership skills, to experiment, to risk making mistakes and indeed learn from the errors that we make, and be really focused on their own development and the development of the people around them.
Well, I think the principal role of marketing leaders, certainly the organisations I've worked for, is to be the guardians of the customer relationships, the brand relationships, to be the people that really bring the insights about what really matters to customers and consumers, to make sure those things are given the proper attention internally, to make sure that people are preoccupied with those things in the way that the organisation functions, and to ensure they've got a really big voice in the way that the organisation is led as a result of that. So the sort of leadership that I most respond to is people who talk about we're going there, people who are able to create a picture of where the organisation is heading, and in such a way that I can paint myself into it and want to follow. So I think having a future focus is really important, and to talk with the language of possibility, not the language of problems.
And most importantly, I think, is be really clear on your purpose. Be clear on what it is that you're setting out to do and what's really important to you. And by doing that, I think it allows you to pull on what key strengths you need to pull on and be clear on those, and also to face into your demons, and we've all got those, and bring them to bear.
In the sustainability area, I see the responsibility of the marketing function as finding the ways to help consumers connect with a sustainable lifestyle, but doing so in all that way those creative marketeers do, in that the customer also almost doesn't know they're on that journey, that they're on that journey because it's a better journey for them, not because we've given them lots of information and we want them to be better behaved. We're never going to achieve that. We need to create a magical, inspiring, better journey that makes people want to go to that new place, not pushes them in a direction because teacher says.
For marketing leaders to be successful in an organisation, they clearly need to be good at marketing. So they needed to have been able to demonstrate achievement in their career. But I think, as well as being functionally a strong marketeer who understands their stuff, it is around how you engage and enrol the business in your vision and in your sense of purpose, or in your recommendation. For marketers to be able to successfully engage their board, they need to be bringing together art and science. I know very few boards that would sort of purely go along with a gut feel, here's an idea, how does that smell, does that feel right? I think most boards need to be reassured that diligence has been done, that there are some facts to back up what could be a vision or an assertion or just an idea, but I think you have to be able to bring that to life in a way that demonstrates how that is going to grow the business, or how it's going to change attitudes that will then drive behaviour, that will then drive results. So I think you need to bring art and science together.
First and foremost, engagement is unbelievably important, because we've all seen completely brilliant thinkers come into the business and they stomp around and tell everyone how rubbish everything is, which instantly annoys everyone, and they're probably total geniuses, but because they don't engage, they just the system, the institution gets all the white blood cells come out and they just reject them. And then they don't stay very long and they get stroppy and it doesn't happen. So I think you have to engage people, and guess what? If you engage people, somehow actually they make it better. They're the guys that know how to make the system work, so they own it, and then it happens far, far better, faster, quicker, cheaper, whatever else than it otherwise would have.
And then of course you then got to deliver some results and show the organisation that the work that you're doing is delivering for the organisation, that their efforts are paying off. So again, feedback to people that their work is of value. Try and be brilliant. I mean, you can't always do amazing things, but really try and aim quite high. Don't go for incremental things, don't go for mediocrity, really aim to do something big and bold. It sometimes feels risky, But in my experience, it's so much better to put yourself out there and try and do something big and bold. There's a very good chance you'll pull it off.
So in terms of how we execute on the ideas that we generate, I think a lot of it is around focus. So being really ruthless about picking a few ideas that are the big ones and the ones that are going to matter. One of the challenges we face is there's so much opportunity to go after. We have so many products, there are so many exciting things that we could be doing, that a lot of the time it's about saying no and stopping doing things that perhaps won't have the impact, or that could be fabulous but we just don't have the time for. So a lot of it's about focus, making sure we have a team that understands what their goals are going to be, and then looking to move as quickly as possible. So we like to launch and iterate. That's one of the principles that Google's built its business on. Rather than polishing a campaign or a product or both, to the very end, let's get it out there, let's see what customers think. And in marketing terms, let's test quickly, let's pilot stuff, let's be a bit scrappy, figure out what works and move on. And so sort of pace and focus, I'd say, are the two key elements of delivering successfully.